Oh my gosh, it's been a few weeks. I didn't talk to you since what, 2023? It was last year. Yeah, I made the lame dad joke. It's whatever. You can beat me up for it. But I can also tell you that Goodreads has got a full on dumpster fire going on. Amazon Ads has made a major change, major change, two actually to be exact. And Spotify still has some growing concerns among people, and hopefully we're going to find out more details this month. It is January the 8th of 2024, the first news segment of the year, and we're going to go ahead and just jump right on into things with the news that comes from sponsored ads. All right, so actually it's sponsored brand ads, and let me give you a real quick snapshot here of inside my dashboard. Update to sponsored brands. Starting January 31st, 2024, all new and edited product collection ads will need a custom image. Non-video ads without a custom image won't deliver and won't receive impressions after May 31st of 2024. Book advertisers who used a custom image in their sponsored brand ads saw an average of 48% higher click-through rate on mobile compared to advertisers who only use product images. Okay, that's cool. So you're probably wondering, how do I get the custom images and things like that? You will need to go into your Amazon Ads dashboard, learn about the new requirement and all the specs that they're looking for. But you can always get a custom image created through things like Canva, Bookbrush. You can use GIMP. Either way, you'll want to make sure that you get that all set. That is for sponsored brand ads. So those are typically the ones where it shows a series of 3 books or greater for a particular author or brand. They're actually pretty good. They can get a good return on investment if you know exactly what you're doing. The other relevant news as well inside their newsletter they had mentioned was that, let's see here, the authors now have access to video ads to help bring your story to life or create product collection ads that engage shoppers with multiple custom images that illustrate your author brand and books. To help you quickly create product collection ads with custom images, you have free and easy access to 390 million high-quality Shutterstock licensed images directly from the Amazon Ads console. That is pretty cool. Like, I think it's really neat that they're allowing you free and easy access to Shutterstock, which, by the way, that's a premium image website. Now, don't make the mistake of taking those images and publishing them elsewhere. I think there's probably going to be a limited usage for the license for Shutterstock, meaning that it could probably be used just with your Amazon ads. So that's a great step in the right direction. What is not a great step in the right direction is the fact that the New York Times is now suing Microsoft and OpenAI over a number of issues when it comes to artificial intelligence. And right now, things aren't faring so well for the folks over in the court system that are trying to sue places like OpenAI for trademark infringement, copyright infringement, and things like that, because they've been so vague and so ambiguous about their lawsuits that a lot of them have been tossed out. Now, that's not to say that this one's been tossed out by any stretch, but we can see that on December 27th of 2023, that New York Times went ahead and filed suit against Microsoft, OpenAI, and various portions of OpenAI there. So I thought I'd go ahead and let you know just a little bit about what's going on in the world of AI. Skipping on forward here, StreetLib, the aggregate self-publishing platform, will let you know that there are promotional opportunities. As you may know, we're kicking off the new year with something special at StreetLib, and you're invited to be part of it. Our January, February Apple book promotions are just around the corner, and we're on the lookout for some fantastic titles to feature. Could yours be one of them? We're super excited to see submissions in these categories: potential big books of the year, romance novels, upcoming books with sneak peeks, and suspense novels. So if you happen to be utilizing StreetLib to distribute your ebooks, or I'm thinking it's probably for ebooks, but they also do print books and audiobooks as well, make sure that you get with StreetLib on that one there. Big shout out to StreetLib and also Julie Trelstad. She is the head of publishing StreetLib USA. She was a former guest here on this channel. Such a delightful person. I hope to have her back very, very soon. All right, moving a little further forward. Oh my gosh, it keeps raining in. I said this a long time ago. I said there were some concerns over Spotify's recent audiobook royalty changes. They kind of came out with, let me just give you the TLDR. And I know I'm repeating myself on this one, but it's good to kind of see that there's other people that are thinking the same thing I've been thinking all along, was this. Spotify picked up Findaway Voices a couple years ago. And they've been slowly changing things on their platform. And one of the nice things is they offered Spotify distribution for a 50% royalty with no revenue share with Findaway Voices. So this is 50% flat. Boom. Nice. Love it. Fantastic. I was super excited about that. Still am, actually. But now's the problem that they're allowing premium Spotify customers up to 15 hours of listening time of audiobooks that are available on their platform. The problem is, as soon as you choose Spotify for distribution through Findaway Voices, you get all or nothing. Either you go through Spotify and you get the a la carte sales, which I like, the 50%, or you get this new premium Spotify customer option and you're paid from a pool of money, which we don't know how much that pool of money is. We don't know how much that's going to pay. They're going to pay according to how much is listened through, your audiobooks on their platform. I'd asked them some time ago, like, hey, can you give me a ballpark? What's the pool going to be like? What are we going to get paid out? And they were like, I don't know. They just kind of shrugged. They're like, it's going to find out in January. Okay. We're here at the beginning of January. Hopefully by the end of the month, we'll be able to kind of sort things out. I'm definitely eager to speak to more people on Discord that are utilizing Spotify for audiobook distribution coming to the end of this month. And we hopefully can be able to compare and see where we're at with this whole Spotify situation. I would hate to do this, but if I'm getting paid cents on the dollar for them streaming it for 15 hours per premium Spotify customers, I'm just going to remove it. Like, it's just not worth it. I think if Spotify wants to get this right, they should offer 2 separate selections in the dashboard. One for Spotify a la carte sales and one for Spotify premium audiobook listeners. Because to me, I want to remove it. That's just a personal preference. Some of you out there are probably like, man, I'd love to have that. Fantastic. That's great. Don't let me stop you by any means. But to me, it doesn't resonate really well with me. I've never been a fan of the whole KDP select model of just getting paid cents on the dollar for the work that I've put hours upon hours and lots of money into. So yeah, at any rates, the TLDR on this one right here, Good e-reader pretty much just said, hey, same thing that this guy says. So feel free. There are links to each of these items inside the show notes. You can go ahead and take a look at them. Ingram Spark, by the way, they have a better marketing with Ingram ID. Did you know that you can reach millions of verified readers with Ingram ID's easy-to-use advertising platform? This self-serve option gives authors like you access to a database of unique, segmented, verified readers on platforms like Google and Facebook. For a limited time, spend at least $350 on a single campaign in Ingram ID, and you will receive a free book promotion in Bookfinity's February 15th email newsletter. This promotion is valued at $280. Enter promo code NEXTBOOK. That's all caps, like you're screaming it at them, when checking out at Ingram ID. I don't get paid anything for that there, folks, and I don't know how well it works. Would definitely love to hear from some of you if you happen to be utilizing them. Oh, man. I briefly covered this one, I believe, at the end of 2023, but I think it's important for us to return to this. Goodreads. What are you doing? What are you doing, Goodreads? In fact, why? Just Goodreads is such a great idea. It's a social media style platform for avid readers. But for whatever reason, this author decided that prior to launching her book, she was going to review bomb, create a bunch of fake accounts through Goodreads, by the way, review bomb her competition, which, by the way, you shouldn't. I might say competition sometimes when speaking about your niche, but you really shouldn't look at it as like a war. You're not going to war against somebody else, because if you're going at your business this way, you're not going to make very many friends. You're not going to get very many collaborations. So for whatever reason, this particular author decided to go and review bomb. And yeah, she not only lost her representation as an agent, her agent left her, as well as her publishing deal was like, we're not publishing your book, because she ended up getting caught. And she tried to kind of come out and go, sorry. What do you mean you're sorry? At what point did you think to yourself, this is a brilliant idea? Let me punch down on all the folks that are my peers, that all the people that could potentially help me become a better and well-known author. Why? Why are you doing that? If you're an author that's doing that, first of all, you're a scumbag. The next thing is, if you're hiring people to do it for you, you're double a scumbag that's yellow. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just dip into some Western, Westernized words. You yellow. You got no spine. Well, it's true. It's true. Why? Is your book that garbage? Is it that crappy that you have to hire someone to do it for you, or you got to go through and punch down people? Mind your own business and get busy on things. I'm starting to sound like Joey Swoll. Mind your own business. Do better. It's true, though. Goodreads is just absolutely out of control. And I think it's time that this platform needs to go through an entire overhaul. And Amazon owns it. Amazon needs to do something. They need to step up and make Goodreads a better and more safe platform with actual readers, reading books, leaving legitimate ratings and leaving reviews. Now, I'm not going to beat anybody up if they happen to put a star on their book. Like, hey, I'm going to give myself 5 stars. I'm going to give myself a review. That's whatever. That's a little bit cringy. But if you're going through and punching down on people, shame on you. Shame on you. So review bombing, if you're part of review bombing, you go stand in a corner. Go to bed. That's go to bed without dinner. There you go. All right. And there's another piece, of course, talking about the scandal rocks publishing as debut authors linked to fake Goodreads accounts that review bomb peers. So go ahead and take a look at those 2 items. By the way, some of these news pieces that are put together today, I got through a couple of different sources, laterpress.com, the hotsheetpub.com, as well as Google Alerts is one good one, but I've got all those links down there where I credit some of my sources. Hey, I was actually just talking about Publish Drive on the podcast earlier today. They actually have their year in review for 2023, and actually it was pretty interesting to find out so much that they've done over the past year, including hosting some amazing webinars with some great folks, attending some of the book fairs, including London Book Fair, Frankfurt Book Fair, NINC, and so on and so forth. And they even talked about some of the things that they acquired over the last year. They got Repro India, which is print on demand through India, which is much, much needed. Apple Digital Narration. They got Spotify. They also have new tools, including sales events, print order copy, print on demand converter. There's so much really cool things. Now, speaking of, Drafted Digital followed suit as well. They actually have their 2023 year in review. They talked about so much they've done. They acquired Palace Marketplace in the earlier portion of 2023. I was excited. That was a library distribution. It's relatively new, but I anticipate it's going to continue to expand. I'm hoping that they will have it available here in Ohio relatively soon. Gardeners as well. They have more promotional opportunities, tools and updates. They have Smashword coupons that they had available. D2D actually came out of beta over a year ago. That's kind of crazy to think about. That was actually a year ago. They acquired selfpubbookcovers.com, and they also hit a huge milestone of 1 million books. Big shout out to Drafted Digital and everybody that's there. You guys are the best. I appreciate all of you, especially you, Jim. I know you watch. So, and speaking of Drafted Digital, later this week, actually, it's going to be on Thursday, January the 11th at 1 p.m. Eastern Daytime. Actually, I'm going to be part of an amazing panel of folks about the 2024 predictions for self-publishing. It's part of the Self-Publishing Insiders show hosted by Jim Acevedo. Jim is just a really good pal of mine, and when he invited me, I was just blown away because the speakers that are going to be on include Mark Coker. He's the founder of Smashwords. The dude is literally like a self-publishing encyclopedia. I've interviewed him a couple times. I can't recommend his books enough. They may be a little older. Go and read some of the Smashwords guides that he put out. Mark Coker, great human being. Jane Friedman, she puts out the Hotsheet. She is well known within the publishing industry, both in traditional publishing as well as self-publishing. Hotsheet's one of my go-tos when it comes to news and information. Joanna Penn of the Creative Penn podcast. I've had her as a guest here on the channel before. Love me some Joanna. Actually picked up her book more recently called Writing the Shadow. And Orna Ross, she's the founder and director of the Alliance of Independent Authors. I'm a little nervous, I'm not going to lie to you, going on to a panel with such big heavy hitters, but I'm really excited about that. That will be on January the 11th at 1 p.m. Eastern Daytime. Go ahead, hit the notifications on that so you do not miss out. Speaking of the Hotsheet, Hotsheet just rolled out their bestseller lists for December of 2023. You want to go ahead and take a look at their individual ones for top 50 hidden gems, as well as the top self-published ebooks, as well as the self-published print books. So go take a look at those ones. It's always a good idea to peek at some of these bestseller lists because more recently, and this is why I believe Jane Friedman had went and done their own bestseller list, is Wall Street Journal. Bye. See it. It's gone. No more bestseller list. And USA Today did a huge overhaul on how they were doing their bestseller lists. And New York Times is what it is. It's, yeah. But either way, they're able to track a lot of these things here for us and present to us some of the indie authors out there that are crushing it. So it's not just being lumped in with a lot of these big for trad pub books. So there is actually pretty good level playing field on this one here. All right, going further forward here, a little bit of a plug here for one of my favorite apps. It's actually Story Origin. Story Origin, actually, they had sent out a recent email where they talked about a problem. You want to send your list of freebies in your welcome sequence email to someone that just subscribed to your email or to your mailing list. You could just put the links through your direct downloads for Story Origin. The downside is you have to keep going back through and updating that. Well, more recently, Evan at Story Origin put together a collections page where you can actually create a book collection where they can select direct downloads from a drop down, and you can just simply put that link inside your book. So if you want to take a look at Story Origin and why I really love it, it's one of my favorite marketing tools. That's over at dalelinks.com/storyorigin. That is an affiliate link, folks, just a heads up. What is not an affiliate link, though, I want to give a big quick shout out here to Jeannie DeVita. She's actually my writing mentor. She's also currently the editor for some of my books, upcoming books. Whew, it's been a really interesting time because I've switched editors over to Jeannie. She was doing my fiction books, and now she's doing my nonfiction books, and it's been exciting. But Jeannie actually put out a post over on Substack talking about some of the instructional courses she's putting out, including Copy Editing 1 at UCLA Extension, Freelance Editing at UCLA Extension, as well as Private Instruction. I will personally attest to how awesome Jeannie is. She is fantastic to work with. If you've ever seen any of her interviews with me, she's exactly like that in real life. She's soft-spoken, she's got a very gentle touch, but she's no nonsense. When something needs to be corrected, she'll explain why something needs to be corrected and how it could possibly be made better, and she never takes away from my voice. That's really a nice thing. But I worked with her in private capacity, but if you're looking into getting into any college courses and such like that, I would imagine that her courses are going to be just as good. Visit the link. There's no affiliate to this whatsoever. I just really love Jeannie. She is awesome, one of my favorite human beings. Going a little further forward here, Reedsy is going to be running a live broadcast on writing productivity in 2024 from resolution to habit. Kickstart your 2024 with Beck and Chris, productivity coaches and authors of Written, How to Keep Writing and Build a Habit That Lasts. This will be on Wednesday, January the 10th from 3 to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's going to last about 1 hour in total. And they're going to cover everything from build your big writing dream and visualize your endpoint, get specific so you find a goal that's realistic and achievable, and overcome obstacles and build a regular writing routine. It's free. You can't beat that. And Reedsy's webinars are always just killer. You never expect it to actually have like a huge upsell or anything crazy like that. All right, moving further forward, Bookbrush, great for creating graphic design, highly recommend it, especially if you're looking into doing things like book trailers and things like that. They have a platinum plan. That is the top tier plan. It comes out at a higher premium, but if you are a platinum member, you can actually join the Platinum Academy with a broadcast that's coming up, Level Up with Direct Sales with Damon Courtney and Mel Jolly. This will be on January the 17th at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that will be a workshop for platinum members only. So if you happen to have a platinum membership with Bookbrush, go ahead and check it out. And it's not too late to go ahead and pick yourself up access to that. I do not have an affiliate link. Just go to bookbrush.com. You can go ahead and take a look at it. Moving a little further forward, and it comes to the last few things, because of course I'm going to have to give you guys a couple little shameless plugs here. Actually, I'm on the Alliance of Independent Authors in a monthly podcast with my co-host Holly Greenlid. Big shout out to Holly. Holly is just a really good pal here. We've come to know each other really, really fast. And the recent episode was increasing your findability through genre category selection. And you can go ahead and get access to that over on their podcast for Ally. We'll be doing one every month. It's a lot of fun talking with Holly. She's just a wellspring of information. And speaking of myself, I'm still talking about myself like a complete and total narcissist. Reader Views more recently put out a book review of my latest publication. Yes, I just released a publication back at the end of November and nobody noticed that I didn't say anything. And I'm going to explain it in an upcoming video, but we're just going to go ahead and save that for another day. But there actually was a very nice review put together for How to Write a Book in 48 Hours, my more recent publication. It was a 5-star review. Thank you to Reader Views and the reviewer, Tammy Ruggles. I appreciate the very, very kind words and the fair assessment. And if you want to get your hands on How to Write a Book in 48 Hours, a very short essay-length book, you can sit down and read it during lunch tomorrow if you wanted to. Go on over to dalelinks.com/48hour book, or 48 hours book, excuse me. So that's 48 hours book. And you'll be able to get access through every major ebook distributor, as well as paperback and hardcover over on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. That's about the news for self-publishing this week. What did you think about some of those news items? Did I miss anything? Feel free to hit me up over in the Discord community at dalelinks.com/Discord. Till later, this has been Self-Publishing with Dale, and I missed you guys, and thank you so much for tuning in. I'll catch you next week. Hey, thanks so much for tuning in. Special shout out to my channel members for both the podcast channel and the main channel. Without your support, some projects we do at Self-Publishing with Dale would be much harder to fund. If you want to contribute to the cause, visit dalelinks.com/memberships for details and get your on-screen shout out at the end of each broadcast. Till later, this has been Self-Publishing with Dale, and I'll see you soon.